All first and second place individuals, please be ringside.
Just a single entry deserves a little more competition, and when we get her back out here for division, it'll be fun to see how she stacks up with the other ones. She's one that's bold in her center body. She balances extremely nice. She still gets out in the ring and goes. I think once she settles down and there's some more cattle in here, it'll be interesting to see that tailhead blends into her. But nice female. Let's bring her back around, and we'll bring these class winners in seconds back in.
Congratulations to entry number 8330, Tristan Donovan of Enumclaw, Washington. As he exits the ring, we'll be bringing in Class 3 Junior Heifer Calves Cap January of 2023. We have a single entry number 8755, Grace Elverud of Charlotte, Montana. Just a reminder that all first and second class individuals, please be ringside.
Another single entry. If you start at the ground evaluating this one, her bone, her footwork is very, very neat. She's really powerful on the top part of her skeleton, and without much width and not much bone, that shoulder lays into her nice. It's gonna be fun to get her back out. If we just, criticize her as an individual, maybe a little shorter and rounder about her hip structure, but it'll be fun to get her next to other ones and really get in there and dive and compare. But that's a good female standing there. Congratulations to that single entry.
Congratulations to entry number 8758, Grace Elverud of Charlotte, Montana. We now will be bringing in our first place individuals from Class 1. Entry number 8342, Kaylee Flood of Oakdale, California. From Class 1B, entry number 8586, Grant Solo from Los Olivos, California. From Class 1C, entry number 8705, Jake Peterson of Criswell, Oregon. Class 2, entry number 8330, Tristan Donovan of Enumclaw, Washington. In Class 3, entry number 8758, Grace Elverud of Charlotte, Montana.
challenging in your first division and get you excited for what you're going to see the rest of the time. Each one of these class winners are very different and very unique and carry some pieces that you have to like, and there are also some things you can criticize. The problem when you get these heifers so 12 o'clock right now, it's hard to see what their future is going to be like, if they're going to hold it together or if they're going to, kind of to start to fall apart. But when you see all 5 of these heifers, very, very good. Are they at the different stages of the game? Yes, I'll be the first to admit in terms of condition, the stage that they're sitting in. But as of today, there's 2 or 3 of them out here that I gravitate to pretty fast that are going to be fun to show here the next month and a half with all these shows that are happening. The heifer, we'll just talk real quick, because I think they deserve some comments about each one of them. The one that comes out of the first class, that one's fun. That one's just, to me, from her shoulder back, her body shape, her muscle, her weight, her hip and hind leg coordinate together. That one's just got jackpot, powerful, brood cow just written all over. Maybe some people here in the purebred industry would probably pick on her and say, she's got a little more shoulder and you'd like to stretch her out. I wouldn't disagree. I think that's one thing you could probably change about her, but man, her hip and hind leg, I'd go to that one pretty fast. The one that comes out of the second class is one that it's not easy to show. She's starting to get a little lazy and it kind of throws her front end off. But a female, when you pull her together, her body depth, her hip and her hind leg, her length aside, if you start to pull some of that hair off her front end, she's still assembled really, really nice up there. Maybe wants to run downhill ever so slightly, but I love her power. I love the length to her hip, and she still's got some length to her front end. One's gonna watch in terms of maturity. If we rip some condition off, how fresh and youthful can we keep her when that hair comes off? Young men that are filling out with the cowboy hats, they got similar type of females. They're ones that they got pieces, maybe just don't tie really up the extra wow factor when you compare her to some females on either side of her. A female that was just a single entry, when you get her here and compare her, just a nice kind of cattle. A good body, deep-sided. She's one that gets a little shorter about her hip structure, maybe a little rounder about her shoulder. I'd like to make her touch youthful up through that head and her neck. But a female that that makes you scratch your head the most is the one that comes out of the last class. In terms of her midrib forward, she is wow. Her shoulder, her forehead, and her heart is assembled better than most of them out here. She is smooth-shouldered and long-necked, and if you watch me the next few days, I like a zipper front end. But it's from her midrib back I start to question. She's kind of shorter hipped about her, and maybe that makes her hip when she moves maybe not coordinate as well. She's a little shallower in that flank, but I think in terms of condition, she's in the correct condition at this stage of the game compared to some other ones. So with you guys, there's a lot of different choices you can make out here. You guys make your choice for division and reserve division here to set off the things here in the Angus show, and I'll grab you 2 of them. Let's put our hands together and congratulate these young exhibitors.
Congratulations to entry number 8586, Grant Solo of Los Livios, California. We will now be bringing in the second place individual from that class, entry number 9174, Garrett Green of Powell Butte, Oregon.
There is nobody in the staging area.
Congratulations to your reserve junior heifer calf coming from Class 1, entry number 8342, Kaylee Flood of Oakdale, California. Class 5, junior Angus females, you need to be ringside. Class 5, Kaylee Flood of Oakdale, California. Please be ringside. Class 6, please be ringside. Class 6, please be ringside. Class 7, please be ringside. Class 7, please be ringside.
No, sir. Just got her on her way.
All division champion and reserve champion females, please be ringside. For the junior Angus females, division champion and division reserve champions, please be ringside.
She's got good curve to her rib cage, maybe a little off in terms of her hooks and pins. I'd like to change the way her tailhead sets, but that's good kind of cattle that's functional and sound structured. Just wish she had a little more wow factor when you compare to that class winner. But two good, really nice females. Congratulations to those young ladies.
Congratulations to your class winner, entry number 8420, Kylie Wayne of Cisco, Texas. As they exit the ring, we're going to be bringing in our first place individuals for the division drive. We'll be looking for entry number 8164, Sophia Benendal of Kingsburg, California. From class 7, your first place individual is going to be 8420, Kylie Wayne of Cisco, Texas.
This figured out as the day goes on. When you bring these two class winners back out, some gives and takes in both of them, but I think you got to compliment both in terms of their structure and their body and their depth of flight. Females that are just going to be nice kind of cows for the young ladies. For me, there's too much good and too much wow factor. The young lady right here in front of me, you're going to be champion here in this division. We'll bring that second place in.
Congratulations to your division champion of the intermediate heifer class division. It's going to be entry number 8420, Kylie Wayne of Cisco, Texas. We'll be bringing in the second place individual, Karsten Wagner of Lakeside, California. I have an announcement for the Arizona National. Well, Pam Dorian, please report to the replacement heifer tent. Pam Dorian, please report to the replacement heifer tent.
As we bring that second back, both these females kind of mirror each other. They're good body, they're good structured kind of cattle, and maybe don't have the balance in terms of the hip and hind leg as we'd like to see, and maybe the extra wow through their front 1/3. But I think there's more functionality, more brood cow, more width. Young lady up front, you're going to be reserved here in this division. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to entry number 8164, Sophia Benendal of Kingsburg, California.
8 and 9. Class 8 ringside for approval.
No, sir. We have one.
Class 8 junior females, Angus females, you need to be ringside. We have 2 single entries from both classes, so this will be our division drive. We're going to welcome entry number 8849, Arden Franks of Grass Valley, California. And entry number 8492, Taya Venez of Wilsall, Montana. We need all of our division champion and reserve champion Angus females. They need to be ringside. Division champion and division reserve champion, please be ringside.
As we bring these 2 individuals, they're 2 different classes and they're both their class winners, but let's talk about each one of them and then we'll congratulate champion and reserve out here. The one that comes out of the first class is one that's just smooth built, balances up extremely nice, and the way her shoulder lays into her, she transitions good in her forward and heart, her length through her hip and hind leg. Just a really nice female. You could tell maybe she had some condition on her and they tried to tuck it off and that chest just stayed there. And that's one thing I'd like to change about her is tuck that chest up a little bit. But that's a good, well-balanced female. Heifer that comes next is also a class winner. A good body, deep-sided one. Maybe a little plainer about that way that tail head sits on her hip. I'd like to change her running gear. She gets a little straighter about that hop. But 2 really good females. I think there's more design and more correctness. Young lady, you're going to be our champion here in this division, and we'll come grab you for our reserve. Congratulations to those 2 young ladies.
Congratulations to your division champion, entry number 8849, Arden Franks of Grass Valley, California. Your reserve division champion goes to Taya Venez of Wilsall, Montana. 54, Caden Flood, Oakdale, California. Our intermediate heifer champion, entry number 8420, Kylie Wayne of Cisco, Texas. Our junior heifer champion, entry number 8049, Arden Franks, Grass Valley, California. I would like to thank our sponsors for the Junior Amius Champion Drive. The champion female is also going to receive a buckle donated by Mr. Scott Lohe. She will also receive a $250 gift card from Sullivan's Supply. Our reserve champion female is also going to receive a banner donated by the Arizona National Livestock Show. Please give our sponsors a big round of applause.
The extra look and design. I know some of them aren't wanting to show as well as we'd like when you put that show halter on, but man, there's some pieces about each one of them I extremely like. As we talk about the one that comes out of Division 1, that was a tough division. I think that's a division I'll probably be thinking about for a while because there was 2 or 3 other ones within that first division that I liked. one that's got the body, the structure. You could tell this is her first time. She's just fighting that halter, but when she relaxes and you get to evaluate her, she has so many neat pieces. I said earlier, maybe pushing on the condition. I like to trim her up, and that worries me at the base of her chest. But if you look past that and look at the way she balances up in terms of her lines, her hip and hind leg, her structural integrity, that there's a lot of good in that female. We'll see how she matures. She could fall apart through that front 1/3, but if you study her lines and her balance, I think, and you manage her correctly, she will be fun in the show ring. The one that comes next out of Division 2, just a nice female. I think some pieces you like. I love how strong she is right behind her blade and how good she is in her top line and how she carries herself. Maybe a little shorter hip as you'd like, but the bone, the foot size, you appreciate the boldness in terms of her center body. She deserves more competition in that particular division, but that's a good female that brings a lot of good things to the table. Now, one that comes next, older heifer that you appreciate structural integrity and depth to her body, maybe a little shorter as well in terms of her hip, and I'd like to lengthen her out and change the way her tail head sits on the base of her hip. But a heifer that you appreciate a lot of things. And when you get them to this big and this old and still keep them this fresh, that's hard to do. And the young lady did an extremely nice job of keeping her fresh and youthful, and still has a good hair coat on her. The heifer that comes next don't have that big hair like some other things, but I think a female, you appreciate structural integrity, you appreciate balance and look. One, maybe we sucked back a little bit in terms of condition and that chest float wanted to stay with her, but man, she is neat when you get on the side of her and look at her balance. I think she has a tremendous hip and hind leg that's set into her. She's going to be fun come March, I think, when that hair comes and she starts to fill out and that calf gets bigger in her. That's going to be a fun one here at the end of the show career. So I think it gets tough. I think there's some gives and takes in each one of them. With that said, let's put our hands together for these Angus exhibitors and we'll get you a champion reserve.
Class 12, 85, 88 Grand Soul, this is scratch. 9117 Derek Green is here. That is the only thing in this game.
Congratulations, your champion, junior Angus female, belongs to entry number 8354, Caden Flood, Oakdale, California. Your reserve champion belongs to entry number 8586, Grant Soul. From Los Olivios, California.
Those are ones you want to keep in the pasture, and this cow sure did that. She produced a good one. Power, muscle, shape, everything we've talked about. And then you look at the cow, you like her balance, you like how feminine she is. Just a good pair. It's going to be fun to see here at the end of the day. Congratulations to that young man.
Congratulations to your champion cow calf. Belongs to entry number 9173, Grant Green of Powell Butte, Oregon. This is going to be for class.
Division as well. I think we're going to combine this with the Americans. A female that's going to start this particular class is just more to her in terms of performance and body. You got to appreciate the shape to her rib cage. Maybe a female we could change her hooks and pins ever so slightly up there, but the female I think just has more to her in terms of muscle and power and boldness. I like this female that comes in second in terms of her hip and hind leg. She balances up extremely nice. Maybe a tad more feminine through that head compared to the class winner, but when you study her in terms of true width and power and boldness, she's a little flatter ribbed, a little base narrow. I'd like to see a touch more boldness working within her. But two really nice females here to start off this division.
Congratulations to your class winner, entry number 8554, J.D. Sartwell of Campbellton, Texas. Second place, entry number 9688, Brock Sartwell of Campbellton, Texas. As they exit the ring, we're going to be welcoming class number 2, Junior Heifer Calves, February of 2023. We're going to be welcoming entry number 8799, Katie Burnett of Ladona, Texas. Entry number 5552, Taylor Rowland of Peralta, New Mexico. Entry number 5551.
When they come in the ring and you just know that this one wants to win the class and you gravitate to her pretty quick. She is one that's just really neat in terms of her balance, her build. Her neck comes out of the top part of her blade. She carries herself in terms of her lines. She's structurally correct. One that still you step in and steady performance. She's got the body shape and the mass and the muscle. That's a good female. I think she knows when she puts a show halter on, she's here to show and try to win the class, and that Heifer does so pretty easy in my mind. The next two females, you could go either way. One that for me just has a touch more performance, a touch more rib cage, a touch more power. She maybe doesn't balance up as well in terms of her lines as the one that comes in third. I just think there's a little more to that female than the one that comes in second. The one in third is one that's a little more modern in terms of her frame size, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's okay. I like her muscle, I like her power, I like how wide she is in her pin placement, but when you compare it to the one in second, maybe gives up the extra length aside, maybe gives up the total body depth and body mass as the second place one, but two really good females. They're very close, can go a lot of different ways here in that second, third. But congratulations to those exhibitors. Really neat one there on the top end.
Congratulations to your class winner, entry number 8799, Katie Burnett of Ladonia, Texas. Second place belongs to entry number 5552, Taylor Rowland of Peralta, New Mexico. We will now be bringing in our first place individuals from classes 1 and 2 for our junior heifer calf division drive. From class 1, entry number 8554, J.D. Sartwell of Campbellton, Texas. From class 2, entry number 8799, Katie Burnett of Ladonia, Texas.
Bring your class.
Congratulations to your division champion, entry number 8799, Katie Burnett from Ladonia, Texas. We will be bringing in the second place individual from that class, entry number 5552, Taylor Rowland of Peralta, New Mexico.
As your second place comes in, nice kind of cattle. Got the depth and the structural integrity. But I think when you study this calf and if she wants to cooperate, there's more good in terms of width and power and boldness. I'm going to come grab the calf for reserve here in this division.
Congratulations to your reserve champion division winner. It's going to go to entry number 8554, J.D. Sartwell of Campbellton, Texas. We'll be right back with class number 8, late junior yearling heifers, calved March through April of 2022. We are now going to be entering the ring with class number 8, late junior yearling heifers, calved March through April of 2022. We have 2 entries for the division. We're going to be looking for entry number 8562, Brock Sartwell, Campbellton, Texas. Entry number 8800, Katie Burnett, Ladonia, Texas.
get her in motion. I like when the width and the power and the boldness, she's more fresh and youthful up through that front 1/3. That's a good one that wins this class. I think she excels in a lot of things that we visit about throughout the day. Nothing to take away from the one in second, to more moderate frame, quicker looking female in terms of her length, but a female that's deep-sided and big body, just a little plainer in her overall look. I'd like to strip some of that condition off to really make her a touch fresher, but two really, really nice females here in this class. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Congratulations to your junior heifer division champion. Belongs to entry number 8800, Katie Burnett of Ladonia, Texas. Your reserve champion belongs to entry number 8562, Brock Sartwell of Campbellton, Texas.
Just a single entry, a sound structured, big body, heavy muscle.
Congratulations to your division winner, entry number 5553, Taylor Rowland of Peralta, New Mexico. We will now be bringing all of our division champion females, junior females, back into the ring for the champion drive of the Junior Brahman Heifer Show. Our junior heifer calf champion belongs to 8799, Katie Burnett of Ladonia, Texas. Our junior heifer class champion, division champion, belongs to entry number 8800, Katie Burnett of Ladonia, Texas. And our late senior yearling heifer division champion belongs to entry number 5553, Taylor Rowland of Peralta, New Mexico. Please be ringside.
As you bring these division winners back out, maybe not the numbers we're going to see in other breeds here today, but darn sure the quality. I think it's very close between Division 1 and Division 2. I think both those females are extremely, extremely good in terms of their balance, their body, condition that they're in. You get them back out here and you start comparing, I think the red heifer is a little fresher, a little more youthful, gives a neater look. I think the one that comes out of Division 2 is maybe a touch stouter at this stage of the game, a touch bolder. And the heifer that comes out of the 3rd division has some muscle and has some power, but maybe doesn't put it in the package and design as these other two. With that said, for me, your champion here in this particular breed is going to be the young lady with the red heifer. She's going to win this division.
Congratulations, your champion, junior Brahman heifer, belongs to entry number 8799, Katie Burnett of Ladonia, Texas. We will be bringing in our reserve division winner from that class, which is J.D. Sartwell of Campbellton, Texas. Our champion, junior Brahman heifer, received a banner that was donated by Roswell Weinberg. They'll also receive a buckle that was donated by the ORO Ranch, Timothy Robinson. And she'll also be receiving a $250 gift card to Sullivan Supply, donated by Sullivan Supply. Please give our sponsors a big round of applause.
As we bring that reserve back out to the champion, a nice female. I think there's some quality, but there's a little more power, a little more substance. The heifer that comes out of Division 2, you're going to be reserved. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations. 140. Joseph Shore of Oralville, California. Entry number 8699. Addison Owensby of Folsom, New Mexico. And entry number 8717. Morgan Furman of Parma, Idaho.
Vision off with one thing about Hereford, you get every shape and size and differences in terms of type and kind. In this particular class, you have it. I feel like wins pretty easy in my mind is the one up here in front. She's one that has all the good and quality we've been talking about the last two divisions. One that's sound structured, she's good footed, she's bold in her center body, she's very youthful, and I think in the correct amount of condition at this stage of the game. That's just a good female here to start this particular class. I think second and third are tough, and I'll be the first to admit I put the high-performing one at the bottom, and I'll explain here. I think there's more future here in the one that comes in second. I think she ties just a notch better up through that front 1/3. I like her balance, her lines. I like her boldness in her center of body. Is she more moderate in terms of her frame size? She is. But I think when we talk about being Mays or the end of May that she's more true to her size and more true and fresher in her overall appearance. I think her advantage lays here in the near future because she's built extremely good. If you want a high-performing female, you're going to grab the one that comes in third. This is a big, powerful, stout female, and there's nothing wrong with being big, stout, and powerful. I think, though, when you project her here in the near future, maybe he's not going to be as fresh and feminine up through that front end. She's a little coarser about her shoulder and her chest. I just like to see her, a notch fresher headed and more youthful about the way her front end lays into her. But today, she is bold, she is stout, she doesn't carry her hawk and passion as comfortable as those top two. I think that one and second and third are very, very close in my mind. I just went with one that's a little more youthful in her overall design and shape. But three really good heifers here to start this particular breed off with. Let's congratulate those exhibitors.
Entry number 8699, Addison Owensby of Folsom.
Really, really good class, and one that comes to the top pretty easy in my mind. When we talk about zipper fronted and one that ties extremely well at the top part of her shoulder, it's this young lady's heifer up front. I think that one is fun to evaluate. When she gets calm and relaxed, she has everything that you want in a show ring. Long, fresh, youthful front end, bold in her center body, square when you get behind her. That is a good female. I think it's going to be fun to evaluate the rest of the time here in this breed division. The one that comes next is one that's just got cow power written all over. She's probably longer and looser about her hip structure, and she is deeper bodied, but I think from her mid-rib forward is where she gets the disadvantage. She kind of wants to run downhill a little shorter about that front end. I'd like to lengthen her out there, but two really nice females. That one on the top end is my kind. That's a good one. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Congratulations to your class winner, entry number 8363, Camden Crisp, Gainesville, Texas. Second place, entry number 8604, Tegan St. Louis of Yoder, Colorado. As they exit the ring, we're going to welcome class number 1.3, the single entry, Kristen Abel of Redmond, Oregon. Class 2, 3, and 4, please be ringside.
A female that's bald and stout and really heavy muscled when you get here on this view behind her. Maybe a little coarser through that front 1/3, and we'd like to trim her up there at the base of her shoulder and lengthen her out. But just a nice, stout, powerful female. Look forward to seeing this single entry come back. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to your class winner, entry number 8630, Kristen Abel of Redmond, Oregon. Texas. Entry number 8601, Tegan St. Louis of Yoder, Colorado. Class 3, please be ringside. Class 3, please be ringside. First and seconds, please be ringside as well for the division drive. We need all first and second place individuals. First and second place individuals, you need to be ringside.
The female that wins the class, I think she wins just when you put her on the move. She holds herself just a notch better. I like the boldness of her center body and the way that rib cage attaches really well. She's sound structured. I think when she's stopped, she's fighting that halter a little bit, so it makes her just a little off there behind her shoulder. But when you get her going, she pulls her top line together. She's good and heavy muscled. I like her hip and hind leg just a notch better than the one that comes in second. The one in second, man, from her mid-rib forward, that is a smooth-shouldered, long-necked one. It's just from her mid-rib back, she gets herself beat today. Just a tad flatter rib, tad flatter in that upper hip. I'd like to see a little more shape when we start to compare to the class winner. But two really nice females, very different, could go a lot of different ways there in this particular class. Congratulations to those young ladies.
Congratulations to your class winner, entry number 8601, Tegan St. Louis of Yoder, Colorado. Second place, entry number 8913, Hannah Hogan of Eastland, Texas. We will now be bringing in all of our first class individuals for the Junior Heifer Calf Champion Drive. From class 1.1, 8717, Morgan Kierman of Parma, Idaho. From class 1.2, 8363, Camden Crisp of Gainesville, Texas. From class 1.3, Kristen Abel of Redmond, Oregon. From class 2, entry number 8601, Tegan St. Louis of Yoder, Colorado. Alex Alto, class 4. Hereford Heifers, you need to be ringside. Class 4, Alexa Alto, please be ringside.
Here in this first division of Hereford Heifers, a nice set of class winners that we bring to the table. I think there's one that just hit me hard in class, and then you get her back out here, and when she relaxes, she's fun to look at. I think she has all the pieces we talk about when we want them in a show heifer. The heifer that comes out of class 2, she's spinning around right here. She's going to be your champion in this particular division.
Congratulations to your division champion belonging to entry number 8363, Camden Crisp of Gainesville, Texas. We will now be bringing in the second place individual, entry number 8604, Tegan St. Louis of Yoder, Colorado.
As that second place comes in, a nice female, good bodied and sound structured. I said in that class, maybe a little plainer up through that front 1/3. Maybe don't give you that wow factor in terms of having that show look, but just good kind of cattle. For me, there's a lot of quality and a lot of neatness in this female up front. The one out of class 1, you're going to be reserved. Congratulations to you.
Division winner goes to entry number 8717, Morgan Kierman of Parma, Idaho. Class 7 Hereford Heifers. Class 7 Hereford Heifers. Hereford Heifers, you need to be ringside. Class 7 Hereford Heifers. Classes 8 and 9, you also need to be ringside. Classes 8 and 9, please be ringside.
Nice set of pair of females here in this class. The one that wins the class, I love the way her rib cage ties to her. She's got that boldness up high. She's powerful as you step behind her. Still maintains a neat look from a profile. Maybe don't have the foot size, or the bone size, or the structural integrity as the one in second. She's sound, don't get me wrong, but the extra bone and the extra foot advantage goes to the female that finds her whole self in second. That's a good female, though, that wins this particular class. The one in second is fun to look at. If you just want to evaluate her at the ground, there's a lot of quality there. Foot, bone, structural integrity. It's just when you start to move your way up, it's just a tad flatter rib. Don't have that extra boldness as the class winner does, and that's what gets her beat. But two really, really nice females. Congratulations to those two young ladies.
Entry number 8773, Layla Dorks of Stephenville, Texas. We will now be moving into class number 7, Early Summer Yearling Heifers, calved May through June of 2022. We are looking for entry number 9033, James Glaspie of Burnett, Texas. Entry number 8368, Hadley Harrison of Montauk, California. James Glaspie, your class is in the ring. James Glaspie, your class is in the ring. Class 8, please be ringside. Class 8, you need to be ringside. Class 9, you need to be ringside. Class 8 and 9, Hereford Heifers, you need to be ringside. Classes 8 and 9, you need to be ringside. Junior Maynard Jew Heifers, you need to be working your way to the ring. All of them. All Maynard Jew Junior Heifers need to be ringside. Camden Chris, you need to be ringside. Camden Chris, you need to be ringside. Caitlin Doris, you need to be ringside.
Heifer that comes to the top pretty easy, and she does at the ground. Her structural correctness is amazing in terms of the way that shoulder lays into her knee. She just gets out there and reaches extremely nice. And then when you move up, you look at her body and her boldness that she has. So powerful, and you know, when you get these cattle this powerful and this bold, it is hard to keep them fresh in terms of that throat latch and down to the base of their chest. This heifer does that. That's a good female. If someone wanted to say, well, she needs to be an inch longer, I wouldn't argue. I just think there's too much quality in this female to pick on her because she is so correct in terms of her angles, her integrity at the ground. That's a good one there to start this particular class. I love the way this one's shoulder comes out of the top part of her blade, or length to her side, or length to her hooks to pins. It's at the ground she gets herself beat. She's a little straighter shouldered. She wants to knock over at the front part of that knee. I gotta see her go just a notch better to be really competitive out here. But a neat female, stopped and pulled together. Young man, you do a nice job. We just need a better set of running gear underneath that heifer. Congratulations to those two exhibitors. A really good one there on the top end.
Congratulations to your intermediate heifer division champion, belonging to entry number 8368, Hadley Harrison, Monteith, California. Your reserve division champion belongs to entry number 9033, James Glaspie of Burnett, Texas.
Are we good on the last one?
Caitlin Doors, last call for Caitlin Doors, class 8. Your class is entering the ring. Last call. We're going to be entering the class now with class 8 junior late yearling heifers capped March through April of 2022. We're going to be looking for entry numbers 8362, Camden Chris, Gainesville, Texas. Entry number 9139, Joseph Shore of Oroville, California. Entry number 8769, Hadley Doris of Stephenville, Texas. Entry number 8379, Hannah Harrison of Monteith, California. Entry number 9119, Caitlin Doors of Gusty, California. Entry number 8370, Hadley Harrison of Monteith, California.
big and competitive. And then when you get to the breds, it always peters out. I'll be honest with you. Like earlier this morning, the Angus heifers were large in the calf classes, and then there was hardly any breds. So it tells you what kind of quality here is in the Hereford ring when you have more bred heifers than you do in the calf classes. So compliments to each one of you exhibitors for keep bringing them out and keeping them ready and keeping them fresh and youthful. I was telling the staff behind me, who's ever in charge of the judging contest needs to get a hold of you exhibitors. I think this would probably be one of the top judging classes that you see all over the country because there's so much quality and so many gives and takes. You could talk about each one of these females coming to the top of the class and winning. These top two females are extremely good, as well as the one that's in third. But I think these top two, they need a lot of discussion because you could go a lot of different ways in here just in terms of personal preference. For me, the heifer that's going to lead the class, I love her through her front 1/3. I love how fresh and youthful she is about her head and in her throat latch. She's so neat there, the way her neck ties at the point of her shoulder. Her blade lays into her nice. She's really good in terms of her top line. Where she probably excels the one behind her is in mobility. She flexes just a little better in terms of her hawk and her pastern set as she goes. Maybe we don't need to pull that chest, that forearm hair down and that flank down as much because she is good bodied, but she's one that probably don't have that good curve to her upper part of her rib cage as the second does. She probably profiles just a touch better in terms of her look, her freshness and youthfulness. She's a touch better at the ground, but maybe don't have that extra boldness and power as the one in second. So that's where it gets a little close in my mind. I keep going back and forth in terms of where you want to tie. The one in second does have the muscle, does have the power, does have that extra boldness to the upper part of her rib cage. It's just when you step in and study her, there's maybe just not as freshness up through that head and that youthful feminine look about her head as the class winner does, and maybe just doesn't want to move just as well off that hawk and pastern as I would like to see her. I'm getting really nitpicky of two really good females. People that own the heifers behind the scene are probably like, what are you seeing I'm not seeing? Because the quality there is so good, and then when you get out in this ring probably doesn't help their structure as well as we'd like. But those are two good heifers. I just think there's a little more youthfulness in that class winner than the one in second. But we'll look forward to seeing those two come back at the end of the day. That heifer that comes in third, that's just good kind of cattle. Good bodied, sound structure. She has more bone and footwork underneath her than the two ahead of her. If we want to talk about having big bone, big foot, we want to go raise Hereford show steers and sell them in Texas, this is the one I'd probably buy because she's stout featured, she's square built, she's got good bone, good foot. She just gets a little plainer about her head. That tail head doesn't lay in her as nice as we'd like to see. The next two are close as well. I went with one that's just a little greener overall appearance, probably needs just a touch more body, but her structural integrity allows her to lay there in that fourth hole. I like her through her body shape and her length through her top line. The one that rounds out the class, that's a good heifer. She just got in a tough class. I like the shape to her center body, but when we get out of her move, she wants to close at the base of her skeleton, doesn't have that natural width. Really nice set of females here. I look forward to seeing those top two come back. Congratulations to all those.
Entry number 8362, Camden Crisp, Gainesville, Texas. Second place belongs to entry number 8379, Hannah Harrison, Monteith, California. Third belongs to entry number 9139, Joseph Short of Oroville, California. Fourth belongs to entry number 9119, Caitlin Doors of Gustine, California. And in fifth, it belongs to entry number 8769, Hadley Doris of Stephenville, Texas. Entering the ring now is going to be Class 9 Early Junior Yearling Heifers, capped January through February of 2022. We have two entries. Entry number 8715, Morgan Fierman of Parma, Idaho. And entry number 9013, Tegan Bauma of Stevensville, Montana.
Female of the the extension, the length of side, the structural correctness. That female brings a lot to the table. I just like her extra length, her extra look and profile view she gives you today. The female that's coming in second, the young man, more moderate frame female. She's good body and stout features, just adding a little more condition than I'd like to see. I'd like to strip that off, freshen her up through that front 1/3 and see her go just a notch better off than the rear two. But a nice set of females here to wrap up this division.
Congratulations to your class winner, entry number 8715, Morgan Fearman of Parma, Idaho. Second place, entry number 9013, Tegan Boma of Stevensville, Montana. We will now be bringing in our first place individuals for the division drive. From class 8, entry number 8362, Camden Chris of Gainesville, Texas. From class 9, entry number 8715, Morgan Fearman of Parma, Idaho. All main on Jew junior heifers, all main on Jew junior heifers, you need to be ringside. All main on Jew junior heifers, you need to be ringside.
As these class winners come in, we're going to keep this short and sweet. That one up front is going to be your champion here in this division. I went off about that class and how competitive it is, and then when you bring her back out here and she relaxes, that's one that's just fun to look at. Congratulations to that one up front. You're going to be our champion.
Congratulations to your division champion, belonging to entry number 8362, Camden Chris of Gainesville, Texas.
As the second place come, I told you they are different in terms of their type and kind, and you know but they're good cattle. They're cattle with some quality and boldness. I told you that pair is awfully close, and we're going to keep that pair together. She's going to be reserved here in this division.
Your division reserve champion belongs to entry number 8379, Hannah Harrison of Montague, California. We will now be bringing in all of our division champions for the Champion Junior Hereford Female Drive. We're going to be looking for entry number 8363, Camden Chris of Gainesville, Texas. Entry number 9392, Paxton Hoadley of Payette, Idaho. Entry number 8368, Hadley Harrison of Monteith, California. Entry number 8362, Camden Chris of Gainesville, Texas. Donated by the Las Vegas Ranch, which is owned by Mr. Steve Pierce. They'll also be receiving a buckle donated by Three Rivers Ag Investments, Mr. Jack Dowdy. They'll also be receiving a $250 Sullivan's gift card donated by Sullivan Supply.
Shouldn't I have one more? You're good. Let's not go. Oh yeah, because we only had.
That split screw does bigger fun.
Excuse me, what a competitive breed division that we've had out here. Let's give these Hereford exhibitors a round of applause for the quality that they brought in the ring. It's going to be fun. It's fun to go to a show when you have a junior show and an open show and you get two different opinions. It's going to be fun to watch. I think Weingartner's doing your open show, so I'm going to be interested to see what he does in this particular breed and what he ties to, because there's so much good from Division 1 all the way down to Division 4. And the older heifers are fun and fun to look at. They bring some fun things to the table, some breeding pieces that you can really expand your herd on. But just to say some compliments about each one of these females, I think they deserve that because of how good they are. The calf, I love her look. I love her through up front 1/3, and then she explodes in her center body. She's one that's going to just feed extremely well and have that potential in terms of being a fresh, youthful, big bred, just the way her neck and head tie together. The heifer that comes out of the second division, stout. I think one that you appreciate her muscle mass when you step behind her. You appreciate how bold she is in her center body. Maybe not as neat in through her head or throat latch in the base of her chest as some heifers around her, but that's just a good kind of cattle that you can take home and turn out, and she's going to be an awesome cow when you turn her out to pasture just because she's so bold and powerful. The heifer that's really fun to look at for me, and one I think probably future in terms of cow power, is the one that comes out of the third division. This one's fun, and I don't know if you want to say, is she national caliber? One, I think she is, and I think she fits some people in terms of being she's going to be first or she's going to be third. And why I say that is because she has certain pieces you love, and then you have certain pieces you want to beat up on her. The pieces I love is at the ground. Big-footed, big bone, functional, sound when you get her in motion. You get behind her, she's square right behind her blade all the way back to her hip. She's bold in her center body, but some people might not like her through her front 1/3. Maybe just a touch more chest, maybe thicker through that throat latch than we'd like to see. But man, in terms of raising one, this is the kind of cattle you'd like to see at home because she's so good and correct at the ground. I'd like to just change her at the base of her chest through that shoulder and up through her front 1/3 if we want to get critical of a good one. And the heifer that comes next is one that comes out of that tough class. And like I said, that class was close. And they're close in two different kinds of females. And so that's what makes it hard. For me, I laid on one that's just a little fresher headed, a little more youthful at the base of her chest, one that's really good in terms of her center body, but she excels whenever we get her in motion, very sound structured. I like her through her hip and her hind leg and the way those hooks and pins and tailhead all align together. Very good there in her top line. So a female that gives you that show ring presence and a youthful show ring presence. And I say that word probably a little too much, but I think these bred heifers have to have that future and that longevity to them because your show career is so long. And I think that's where she has her advantage there as well. So with that said, let's put our hands together one more time. We'll get you a champion reserve here in this breed.
Congratulations, your junior Hereford Heifer champion belongs to entry number 8362, Camden Chris of Gainesville, Texas. We will now be bringing in the reserve from that division. Entry number 8379, Hannah Harrison of Monteith, California.
Charlie Nancy scratch, class 1, 4174 Braxton, class 8 and 9 scratch.
Congratulations to your reserve junior Hereford Heifer champion. Belongs to entry number 8379, Hannah Harrison of Monteith, California. Attention, Oregon. In second, entry number 4175, Braxton Housington of Safford, Arizona. Entering the ring now is going to be class number 2, Junior Heifer Calves, February of 2023. We have a single entry, entry number 8761, Emily Crum, of Palta, New Mexico.
Just a single entry, a bold, powerful one. That's one that's got a neat look from her. She's a little straighter up to that front 1/3 and that knee, but we look forward to seeing her come back because there's so much good within this female. Congratulations to that single entry.
Congratulations to your class winner, entry number 8761, Emily Crum of La Pena, New Mexico. We will now be bringing in all of our first place individuals for the division drive. From division class 1, entry number 4405, Ellie Glazier of Tangent, Oregon. From class 2, entry number 8761, Emily Crum from La Plata, New Mexico. Class 6, Cash Miller, you need to be ringside. Class 6, Cash Miller, you need to be ringside.
We come to our Division 1 and bring both class winners back out. Two females that got some body and turn to their rib cage and some depth to their flank. I think there's just a tad more quality and look in the female that comes out of the second class. You're going to be our champion, and then we'll come grab the young lady up front for your reserve. Congratulations to you two young ladies.
Congratulations to your division champion, entry number 8761, Emily Crump of La Plata, New Mexico. Your reserve division champion belongs to entry number 4405, Ellie Glazier of Pension, Oregon. Entering the ring now is going to be Class 6, Late Summer Yearling Heifers, capped July through August of 2022. We have 2 entries in Class 6. Entry number 8877, Charlie Ramsey, Alamogordo, New Mexico. Entry number 8672, Cash Miller of Canyon, Texas.
Some gives and takes here in this division. A female from her shoulder back, I like her power, her body, her moderation. One that gets out and goes, extremely nice. Maybe a little coarser up front, but a female, I think when you step out to head study her, there's a lot of good. There's just more to that female than the one that comes in second. One in seconds is ideal in terms of her front end and the way it ties and is assembled through that neck, the shoulder, forward, and heart. It's just from her mid-rib back is where I get critical of that one. I'd like to see just a touch more body, a touch more flank, and I just don't think she handles in rear two as comfortable as that class winner does. 2 really nice females that are awfully different in their type and kind. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Congratulations to class winner, entry number 8877, Charlie Ramsey of Alamogordo, New Mexico. Second belongs to entry number 8672, Cash Miller of Canyon, Texas. As they exit the ring, we're going to be bringing in Class 7, Early Summer Yearling Heifers, capped in May through June of 2022. We're going to be looking for a single entry. Entry number 8839, Cashlyn Roke, Queen Creek, Arizona.
Just a single entry, stopped and posed. Young lady, you do a nice job pulling her together in terms of her design, her lines. It's just when we get her in motion, let's change that running gear. She gets a little upright in her pasture set, not as comfortable in terms of her mobility. We'll look forward to seeing this single entry come back.
Congratulations to your class winner, entry number 8839, Cashlyn Roke of Queen Creek, Arizona. We will now be bringing in our first place individuals for the intermediate heifer division drop. From class 6, entry number 8877, Charlie Ramsey of Alamogordo, New Mexico. From class 7, entry number 8839, Cashlyn Roke of Queen Creek, Arizona. Classes 8 and 9, 8 and 9, you need to be ringside. Classes 8 and 9, you need to be ringside. Mexico. We will now be bringing in the second place individual, entry number 8672, Cash Phillip, Canyon, Texas.
Moderate, a little straighter in that Hawken pasture. You got one bigger in her frame, but love the extra length and the extra look, but maybe don't have the depth of flank, but she has the structural integrity. So two different ways you want to go. I like the young man's heifer. If that body and that flank drops in her and she gets a big old calf in her, I think she's going to be very competitive here in the future just because she balances up so well. Young man, you'll be reserved here in this division.
Congratulations to your division reserve champion, belonging to entry number 8672, Cash Miller of Canyon, Texas. '8671, Cash Miller of Canyon, Texas.
Single entry, a female that just motored right in here in terms of her structural integrity. Bald, stout, maybe a little coarser up front. I'd like to change that about her neck, but a female that's got a lot of substance. I think she's almost ideal in terms of her structure. So congratulations to that single entry.
Your division champion is going to belong to entry number 8671, Cash Miller of Canyon, Texas. We will now be bringing in all of our division champions for the champion and reserve champion being on Jude's selection. We're going to be looking for entry number 8761, Emily Crump of La Peta, New Mexico. Entry number 8877, Charlie Ramsey of Alamogordo, New Mexico. Entry number 8671, Cash Miller of Canyon, Texas. Hannah Hogan, you need to be ringside. Hannah Hogan, you need to be ringside. Nathan Rayla, you need to be ringside.
We get our class winners back out. Heifer up front. I like her look, her design, her boldness. I told you earlier, she's just a notch straighter shouldered in that knee, so I question her longevity advantage in terms of her structural correctness. But stopped, pulled together, that one's fun to evaluate. Heifer that comes out of Division 2, stout and powerful, more moderate in her frame. I like her boldness. She is coarser in her overall appearance, and then when you get her in motion, she wants to get outside of her skeleton. But I think in terms of shouldering presence, she puts a lot of good together in terms of being clean in the base of her chest, her balance from her forerib all the way back to her flank. That's a good female. And the next heifer, we structural integrity. Out of all three of them, she gets out and moves extremely well. She has the length to her side, she's long and through her hooks to her pins. And then when you move up and start to steady her through that front one third, maybe a little more chest. I'd like to see her a little more bolder in her overall circle in terms of her shape to her midrib. But a female, I think you appreciate the bone and the structural integrity. Three different types of females here in this main division. You could grab one that has the look and the length but be straighter. You could have one that has cow power written all over but maybe a little coarser fronted. You could have one that's good bone and sound structured. So it really comes down to a personal preference. When you get them all three out here, this stock-legged one I think has more quality in terms of muscle and power. You're going to be our champion out here today. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations to your main June champion female. Goes to entry number 8077, Charlie Ramsey of Alamogordo, New Mexico. We will now be bringing in the reserve division winner. Entry number 8672, Cash Miller of Canyon, Texas.
As that reserve comes in, I told you stopped and posed. She's neat to look at in terms of that front 1/3. I like the way she ties all the way together. Gives up the center body mass that we'd like to see in her. But man, if that comes together when a big old calf's in, she's going to be fun in the showing. I think you can't look past the structural integrity and the structure that's on the young man here in the Division 3. You're going to win this particular division. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations, your reserve champion, main June female, belongs to entry number 8671, Cash Miller of Canyon, Texas. I'd like to take a quick minute and thank our sponsors of the Main June Junior National Livestock Show. The champion female also received a buckle that was donated by State Ridge Sweets. The champion heifer also receives a $250 gift card to Sullivan Supply, donated by Sullivan Show Supply. Our reserve champion female will receive a banner that has been donated by the Arizona National Livestock Show. Please give our sponsors a big round of applause. Entering the ring now is going to be Class 1 of the Miniature Hereford Junior Heifer Show. These are heifers that were Junior Heifer calves calved March 1st of 2023 or after. We'd like to welcome to the ring entry number 8909, Adeline Jackson of Eastland, Texas. Entry number 8653, Addie Desmond, Casa Grande, Arizona. Entry number 9036, James Glaspie of Burnett, Texas. We need all of the remaining miniature Hereford heifers. They need to be ringside. All miniature Hereford heifers, you need to be ringside.
Heifer that comes to the top in this class is one that's just the most complete. She's sound structured, she's good in terms of her lines, just a nice feminine sound moving female. Congratulations, Hereford out. Heifer that comes in second is she heavier muscled and she's wider pinned. She is. I think for me, she gets herself beat. She's a little straighter hocked, a little straighter in that shoulder and knee. Like to see her go just a notch better, and that's what gets her beat here. But I like the muscle and the power that she has. Heifer that rounds out the class just got to outperform today. You can tell she's a lot younger than the two that are ahead of her, but man, she's built good with a neat look. Just needs more time to really fill out. Three really nice females here to start the Manning Hereford show off with.
Congratulations to your class winner, entry number 8653, Addie Desmond of Casa Grande, Arizona. Second place belongs to entry number 9036, James Glaspie of Burnett, Texas. Rounding out the class will be entry number 8909, Adeline Jackson of Eastland, Texas. Entering the ring now is going to be Class 2, Junior Heifer calves calved February of 2023. We'd like to welcome to the ring entry number 8918, Hannah Hogan of Eastland, Texas.
Just a nice single entry when you look at her in terms of her body and her depth of flank, just a functional.
Our first place individuals for the division drop. From Class 1, entry number 8653, Addie Desmond of Casa Grande, Arizona. From Class 2, entry number 8918, Hannah Hogan of Eastland, Texas.
Someone up front that won the first class is feminine featured and well designed and good in terms of her lines, and the one that comes out of your second class, maybe a little bolder in her center body, maybe a little heavier muscle, not as good in terms of how good she moves, and maybe not as fresh-headed and necked as the class ahead of her. So two different types of females. For me, I'm going to grab the one that comes out of the first class is going to win this particular division.
Congratulations to your division champion. Entry number 8653, Addie Desmond of Casa Grande, Arizona. We'll be bringing in entry number 9336, James Glaspie of Burnett, Texas.
I think it gets a little closer when you compare these two for that reserve hole. The young man's heifers maybe just a tad stouter, maybe bolder in that upper part of that rib cage, maybe not as comfortable in terms of mobility, a little straighter hawk and pasture. The young lady's female's a little better in terms of her body depth and the way that length of hip is. So to me, I think it comes down to personal preference. I'm going to go with the structure and length of hip of the young lady's heifer. You're going to be reserve out here today.
Congratulations to entry number 8918, Hannah Hogan of Eastland, Texas. Division champion, going to entry number 8837, Nathan Rayla of Gilbert, Arizona. We will now be bringing in Class 7 early summer yearling heifers, calved May through June of 2022. We'd like to welcome to the ring entry number 8916, Hannah Hogan of Eastland, Texas.
Really high presented female that you appreciate the quality that she brings. Look forward to seeing this kind of female come back. Body, structure, look, build, design. She brings a lot of good. Look forward to seeing her back with the other competitors.
Congratulations to your division champion. Going to entry number 8916, Hannah Hogan of Eastland, Texas. Entry number 8837, Nathan Rayla of Gilbert, Arizona. Entry number 8916, Hannah Hogan of Eastland, Texas. All Red Angus Junior Heifers, all Red Angus Junior Heifers, you need to be ringside. Class 1, Junior Red Angus females, ringside.
we bring our division winners back, and when you get these three nice females back out here, there's some differences, but I think there's one out here that you gravitate to pretty fast, just in terms of quality. We're not going to say much about them. Young lady here in the back out of Division 3, you're going to be our champion out here today. Congratulations to you. When we come back and look for reserve, you got the young lady up front, and I told you that heifer is very feminine and well-designed and good structured. Then the young man's heifer is stout and bold, maybe just a tad too full because that top line wants to pop up. So two different types of females. I like the structural and how feminine featured. Young lady up front, you're going to be reserve out here today. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations to your champion miniature Hereford, belonging to entry number 8916, Hannah Hogan of Eastland, Texas. Your reserve miniature Hereford reserve champion is going to belong to entry number 8653, Addie Desmond of Casa Grande, Arizona. Class 1, Junior Heifer calves tabbed March 1st of 2023 or after. We're going to be looking for entry number 8953, Zane Downey of Whitehall, Montana.
like she does, you gravitate to her because she's so neat through that front 1/3 and that sweep to her lower rib cage. That's a good one here to start the Red Egg show off with. We'll look forward to seeing her come back.
Congratulations to your class winner, entry number 8953, Zane Downey of Whitehall, Montana.
Line balances from chest, mid-rib back to her flank. We don't have the bone and foot that we've seen in other cattle that came in through this ring, but just a nice, complete female. Look forward to seeing that one come back.
We will now be bringing back our first.
I think they're in the correct amount of condition, they're good body, they're deep in terms of that flank. They're ones that have some different types of pieces. The young man's female is a little more flashier, really neat in terms of that profile view. The young lady's heifer maybe a touch stouter when you truly study her up in that upper hip and down into her stifle. So for me, I think there's a lot of good, a lot of quality. We're going to grab the young man's heifer here for champion, and then we'll swing back and grab the young lady's heifer for reserve here in this division.
Congratulations to your division champion, entry number 8953, Zane Downey of Whitehall, Montana. Congratulations to entry number 8469, Paxton Hensley, Payette, Idaho. .8469 belongs to Lacey Bell Desmond of Casa Grande, Arizona.
When we bring that reserve out in that particular division, that class was tough. And if you remember correctly, there was a third in that class that I liked that was just a tad bigger in her frame size than I probably prefer. But when you bring the division or the second place division winner or reserve division back out, she's good. She's calmed down, she's relaxed, she's pulled herself together. I just like her balance, her look, how fresh she is up through that pearl patch in the base of her chest. Young man, you're going to be reserve out here for me today. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations to entry number 4799, Styles Patton of Thorndale, Texas.